Hello and welcome to another fly tying session with your host Scott. In this session I'm going to bring the Sweeney Todd bang up to date and try and modernise it a little bit. In a previous video you've seen me tie the Sweeney Todd in the traditional way, and now I'm going to do a slight variation with it with a couple of materials to try and bring it into the modern era. So in order to do that, we've got the same hook as we did in the previous episode. We've got the B800 in size 12, that's no different. We're going to be using the same thread, black thread in 8/0. We're going to be using the same hackle material, which is an Indian cock cape in red. We're going to be using the same thorax material, which is a Magenta wool or yarn. This is a very fine yarn actually, it's not a wool. And then we're going to be using a holographic tinsel as well. So those ingredients are all the same. Now where we're changing it is I'm going to be adding some chain bead eyes. You can get this pretty much anywhere, even on a new pair of jeans. So if you get some with some clothes, just snip it off and put it in your fly tying kit. We're going to be using some black marabou for the wing, and then I'm going to be adding a couple of strands each side of this crinkle flash, or crystal flash, excuse me. So it's basically a tinsel that's quite crinkly. I've recently acquired some of that in various colours, so I thought I'd try some of that. So to get started, we're going to come in at the eye with the thread. And we're going to lay a little bit of thread down. And then we're going to create a lump for the eye, at the back of the eye. Just to help the eye mount itself properly on the hook. Then we're going to bring up the eyes and offer them up to the hook. Hopefully they'll spin round themselves, but you might have to help them round. And then we're going to use figure of 8 lashings. Nice and tight with those. You don't want it going anywhere. Then we're going to come up and under. I should lock it off even more. Now it is straight to me, but to you guys it might look a bit on the script. That's because of the camera. Pointed at the lens a bit better for you. The camera's slightly higher than the voice. I can't get the camera any lower, so this is the best I can do really with the kit I've got at the moment. So then we're going to run the thread towards the bend of the hook. I might tie the tinsel in now actually, like we did in the first one. I'm just basically going to build up a body using my tying thread to the my preferred thickness. I'm going to try and keep the body even, obviously. We don't really want a tapered body, well at least I don't anyway. You could tie it with a tapered body if you prefer. I think one more pass should do it. I'm going to stop about there, ready for your thorax. So then you want to wind your rib. You want to do nice, even and very tight turns because it will slip if you're not careful. And then tie it in well. Trim away. Then we're going to grab a length of the yarn. You only need a short length of it really, you don't need much. It's actually quite an important material. I mentioned it in the video description but not in the actual video, where they theorised that this little hot point or hot spot on the fly caused the trout to hit the fly further up the hook and cause less missed bites or mistakes, which makes sense. So we use hot orange or chartreuse hot spots these days, so I can understand where they got that idea from. So that's tied in nice and tightly. So you want to use touching turns of the yarn. And tie it in just behind the eyes. And there we are. I've already selected a feather from the cape, which we're going to use. Just going to prepare it. And tie it in. Trim away and grab your hackle pliers, and you want about 3 turns of the feather. Once you've got that first turn in, move it over to a flatter angle. Try not to catch so many in going forwards. And trim away. Then do your best with it, because the eyes are in the way a little bit, to push as many fibres back as you can. That should do it. Then you're going to grab a plume of marabou, or probably a couple of thumb widths. and keep it bunched together like so. And we're going to try and get rid of some of the bulk. Then offer it in as a wing. Do a bit of a winging loop. That's better. And then once it's where you like it, put it between finger and thumb and pinch. That might be a bit long actually, so I'll do that again. Actually, let's have a look at the other one I've done. Yeah, it's just a fraction long. There we go, that's better. And come in and trim away the marabou as close as you can. Put a few turns, a figure of 8 turns, just tidy it up just a little bit, ready for your crystal flash. Yeah. And once you're happy where it is, a few more turns just to lock it in. Trim away the excess. Another few figure of 8 turns just to tidy up any stray loose ends that you couldn't get at with the scissors. Then bring the thread to the eye, a few turns in at the eye. Now whip finish at the eye if you've got room. If you haven't, you can do it behind the eyes. then varnish to finish. And there we are. That is the modern Sweeney Todd. Please like, share and subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye for now.